what was it that drew you towards acting?
Well, I came to acting pretty late, actually, when I was sort of about 17, 18,
Mm-hmm.
because I was more interested in sports and things like that when I was younger. I used to play quite a lot of cricket and a lot of tennis, and it wasn't really until like my late teens when I became interested in singing and the whole thing of performing. And when I went to university, I got involved in the drama society there, and I found I really enjoyed it, and I just wanted to try and take it a bit further.
What kind of singing were you doing?
It was classical singing, because I was in the choirs, and I've had like private singing lessons and things like that, and I've taken part in
Cost the earth.
Yeah, they do.
I've been there.
Yeah, taken part. Yeah.
Whether it worked, I don't know. Well, like,
Yeah.
do you remember? Did you do any acting like at school, in school plays and things? Did you do anything like that?
It was. I mean, I did a little bit, but it was fairly like basic stuff. It wasn't
Walk-ons.
Yeah, things like that. Part of the crowd, part of the chorus. Nothing too serious, really. It's,
And who would you say has been your biggest inspiration when it comes to acting?
Well, I don't tend to have sort of like favorite actors or actresses, but I mean, there are a few I do like particularly, like Christian Bale. I find is a great actor. I mean, every film he makes is really interesting. I mean, it's always really great to watch. Has a great story, great message. Russell Crowe, another brilliant actor.
You like the intense ones?
Yeah, I think so. The ones who take what they do really seriously, and I know they both of those two have a sort of a slightly bad reputation in some ways of being hard to get on with and everything. But I think it's really Scott who said like the great actors are never easy, and good for them. I mean that they're passionate about what they do and that they can just like they don't care what other people think about them.
Well, if I see you in the papers being sort of dragged out of like nightclubs and things like one day, I'll say I interviewed him first. The training that you've been receiving, you said that you went and studied acting. You did it at university?
Oh well, I didn't actually do like an acting course at university, so I was studying classics there. I did get involved in the drama society there, and at university here when I came to London as well, and I got like into music theatre, opera, and I did some plays as well.
At the moment, you're doing some studying at the London Actors Workshop.
Oh yeah, that's great actually. It's a friend who referred me to that. He'd done it the year before, and yeah, I've had a great time here. I've learned so much here really, because we've gone over all different aspects of acting over the course. It's been about 10, 12 weeks, and we've looked at things like stage combat, method acting. We've had all sorts of different casting directors come in and teach us, give us tips on how to audition and things like that, and it's been great.
What's been your favourite part of the whole course so far? Which element or what part of it have you got the most from?
I think it was probably the method acting, because we've been mostly doing like 1 week on each area, but the method acting we had 2 weeks on that, and we had a great teacher called Valerie Colkin come in and give us some training there, and I think it was the best. I think that I found that the best thing for me, because we sort of had to dig deep into ourselves and sort of bring out our emotions and our feelings, and
that can be quite new to people, can't it?
Yeah, because especially with the the culture here in the UK.
No, of course,
you don't. It's not really.
Emotional expression is taboo almost.
We don't really like kind of expressing our emotions.
Yeah. Definitely.
But then again, acting is all about emotion in some ways. I mean, and that's sort of what makes acting interesting and important to me, really, because I'm very interested in sort of like emotion and how like different cultures, different traditions, and how you can go to China or Africa and you meet people who are very, very different in their traditions and the way they express themselves, but they're still human beings. So I'm just so interested in how people can be so different and yet they're all unified in a sense.
I'm a bag of emotions. Anyway, are you interested more in TV and film, or could you lean towards the stage?
I'm interested in all aspects of acting.
Does the singing side of it maybe draw you towards musical theatre in any way?
Well, I've been looking at things like opera as well. I'm very interested in opera, very keen on opera, and yeah, I mean, I'd love. I prefer mostly to do films, I have to say, but I'd love to do some theatre work, especially as well.
What does acting do for you, Simon?
Acting, it sort of allows me to express myself in ways that I'm not allowed to do day to day, and it allows me to get inside, to forget, all the problems that I have, in my personal life, or any troubles I may be going through, and just leave all that behind, and just become another person, become a different character. It's being. I also love being part of the team, being part of a team as well. Being, the whole team ethic here. It's because acting, after all, is a collaborative process. You're not just like on your own. You're part of a cast, part of an ensemble. And I just love the satisfaction you get of like all getting together, working together, and putting a show on, bringing a project together, and producing a work of art.
What would be the ultimate role for you?
I think it will probably be playing a real life person, someone quite famous, like like Morgan Freeman playing Nelson Mandela in Invictus. I mean, playing, someone who's still alive, and of that stature. That would be I think probably the hardest role to play, and also probably the most interesting one, I think.
Okay, FTQ. Favourite animal?
Favourite animal? I'd say my favourite animal is the fox, actually, because that's one. I was very into the natural world when I was a kid, and the fox was my favourite animal.
Favourite colour?
Red.
A film you would advise people to watch that was not a commercial success?
I would say there's a film I quite like called Topsy Turvy, which stars Jim Broadbent, who's a fantastic actor, and he's brilliant in that film. He's playing William Gilbert of Gilbert and Sullivan fame, and it's all about their creation of the Mikado. That's a really good film, directed by Mike Leigh. And there's also a film version of The Merchant of Venice, which came out in 2004, I think. And that's got Al Pacino as Shylock, and it's a really great production. It was actually filmed in Venice.
Would you feel lost without your mobile phone?
Well, I suppose yes, I probably would. But you kind of actually, the kind of what we do with our mobile phones nowadays, it kind of makes you wonder how we manage to survive without them. Really, you sort of need them, really.
Favourite book?
My favourite book is the epic poem Paradise Lost by John Milton.
Okay. Simon, may great roles come your way.
Thank you very much.
You've been a great guest. Thank you.
Thank you.